As a family, what do you do for amusement? How do you entertain? Well, here on HouseSmarts, we've explored some of the finer things in life that bring joy to all members of the family. Whether it's a sports paradise in your backyard or a video game lounge in the basement for games people play. But how about some of the classics? We're talking about those board games sitting in your closet. Well, today, we're exploring the topic of these certain games, but amplified. Today, there's no sore losers here, and it's all about fun and games.
My name is Val Sihak. My company is Giant Games of NYC. I happened to be at a party in Sacramento, and there was a huge amount of games, and they were big games. I'd never, ever seen them before, but I loved them. So I got talking to the owner of the company, and I told him that I was basically looking for something else to do because I worked on Wall Street, and he happened to mention to me that his friend in New Jersey was selling his business of games. So 2 days later, I called his friend in New Jersey, went over to his house, saw all his games in his warehouse. I made him an offer, he accepted, and I've been on that path since then. Some of the games are very easy to set up. Some of the Giant games are very easy. But the thing is, they're bulky, and they're kind of hard to transport. They're very easy to set up, but it's time-consuming. Do they bring joy to the whole family? Absolutely. I do a lot of events in backyards where people set up the game, the whole family plays it, or they'll have neighbors over, or a family function, and everybody gets to play the large games, and they love it. There really is a big wow factor involved. And it's a way for everybody to interact. You got a whole bunch of people playing together with their neighbors, whatever it is. It's usually a group of people, and they have a lot of fun doing it. But they get out of the house, or they play together, rather than, I hate to say it, a kid playing alone on his Xbox or whatever the new thing is. Giant Games today really is like another outlet. Kids today seem to be on their video games at all times. Now this is bringing back the classic games where people interact. The Giant Games are great. Like if I go to an event in the suburbs, the family be played, the whole family will get together, they interact, maybe for the only time, during the day. But also they invite their neighbors over to play the games. Usually people rent like 4 or 5 games, so there's a lot of different games for people to play, because some people may not like chess, so they want to play another game. But it gets a chance for people to get together and enjoy the company. Whereas otherwise, people be inside by themselves. People playing the games, chess, checkers, backgammon, Connect Four, their whole life. It's just a much bigger version of the classic games. At Giant Games, we didn't reinvent the wheel. These are games everybody's been played ever since they were a child. Chess, checkers, backgammon, classic games, fun games. However, they're supersized, and actually when you play chess, it's a totally different perspective. It's not you sitting at a board. You're standing above the pieces, and it really is totally different than playing at a board. You have to manually lift the pieces up, move them. You kind of feel like you're in the Stone Age. It's kind of funny, but a lot of times I will bring, say, 4 or 5 Giant Games to a party. And what's interesting is that the adults seem to enjoy the games more than the children. Like, they become kids for a day. And it's interesting to see, because you would think that the kids would play, the kids are kids, they play. But now it's reversed. The adults are playing like kids, and they seem to be playing the games more often than the kids do. They're all iconic games that people played their whole lives, and now they're just supersized.